Tonight's event is brought to life by our stellar organizations, the Boston International Business School, the American Academy of Real Estate, and Virgin Hotel New York City. Let's give them a round of applause for making this event possible. Our first opening organizer remark is by a man of legend. He's the person that created the Manhattan skyline. He has business empire that's bigger than many small countries. His GDP contribution to New York City is bigger than many of the small countries combined. He's the legend, John Lam, the CEO of Lam Group USA and the visionary behind this very hotel. Please let's welcome Mr. John Lam.
Good evening. My name is John Lam. I also American Hotel Association. I'm the chairman and founder. This is one of the biggest hotel association for Asia. We have over $4 billion asset from our member, and an immigrant from Hong Kong, 1969. I was 17 years old. When I first come in, I don't know nothing. I didn't have chance to go to school, and I had to go to work to support the family. I worked in the restaurant as a washing dishes. After 2 years, I went to open my factory making clothing, fashion. At that time, we only have like 20 people working for me. But we work hard and we keep our promise. And our company grow in 5 years. We become one of the biggest company in Chinatown. We employ close to 500 people. After 10 years, we become one of the biggest fashion company in New York. We do over $100 million in business. In 1980, I started into looking for investment in real estate. At that time, real estate very cheap. I bought a building, 50,000 square feet, only spent under $1 million. And today, that building worth about $65 million. At that time, with our company making money every year, we bought 1 or 2 buildings. That's why in 8 years, we bought over 10 buildings. And I figured the real estate coming too fast. The building I bought for $1 million, and I sold it for $6 million. How many times? For $1 million, you only have $400,000. And you sell for $6 million. You make over $5 million for $400,000 investment. And in 90, real estate very well, fell over 67%. But because the real estate went up too high, in 1988, I decided I sold 50% of my portfolio and put all the money into fashion. That's why I become one of the biggest fashion guy in New York City. And I become a president of the Garment Association, Underwear Association. We have over 35,000 members. And a lot of Thai, Jewish, and Chinese. So I become a president. That association, for over 65 years, I'm the first Asian to become a president. When I controlled that association, at that time, all the mafia very strong. The mafia controlled the association and controlled the union. They called me up there to see them. He said, "Are you able to sit in the chair?" I said, "If you guys want me to sit, I will sit there. And I need your support. If you don't want me to sit there, I give you my power, sale, and I announce it. And any problem with this industry, we call you. No, they cannot place my hand. So what do we do? So they figure out that I got elected. All the money you give me as a president. You don't support me, I cannot be seated here. I need your support. And he said, what are you able to do if you, I let you sit there? I said, I need power. And I don't need the money. You don't give me that no salary. You take care of money. I take care of the power. I control the industry. It's a good deal. You got it. I support you. So at that time, I did one thing there. I changed around the fashion industry with the union. And I told the union, now I'm the same level you. You got your support, I got my support. Now we talk business. So at that time, we made the garment industry completely change. Completely change. That's why you see today a lot of major brands owned by Chinese. Before you have very difficult to get into involvement. So I see the industry singing, and I got so much support in the overseas. That time I said, I have to change my business. And I decided to buy more in real estate. In New York, I went to 5 times. I reached up and down. Every time we say down, I go all in. When we go up, I double my portfolio. I start my business with $5,000. And this hotel I built, I spent $3.25 billion. And I built in New York City over 30-some hotels. And I built about 50 buildings in Manhattan. From nothing. When I go to construction, I can pick up tools. And New York City, at that time, you cannot build any building without the union. I call the union, I have some worker, even good worker, and you take care of it. I gave 50% the contract for the union. And the 50% of the contract, I want to take care of my people, immigrants, to do some of the work. So we make a deal. But that deal didn't go through. I do half the building, all unneeded workers, finish the work, got damaged. End up, I have to be settled for all the workers, join the union, and 100% of the union to finish it. After I finished the building, I spent over $4 million more because they beat the contract. So when worker come back to see me, he said, you people in a difficult situation. I said, right now you go to union. Why are you difficult situation? He said, I have no seniority. So when after you finish the building, I have no job. When they vacation, they call me. When they come back to work, I sit home wait for the call. Only the 10%, 20% of the work. I said, okay, I go take care of it. I sit down in the union, I said, we go by the rule. Seniority. I cannot be down. I said, okay, I'm going to next building I build, I'm going to do for my union. So when I build the building on Times Square, 500 rooms, 40-story high. The year probably 2,000 people on soil meat and burn my shop. The police called me. Don't come here. You're very dangerous. Over here, all mess. I said, okay, don't worry. after that, I call the mafia. I call it brother. They call me a brother. They're good friends. I talked to them 40 minutes. After I talked to them, I call FBI. My line up there, got power. They threatened me. I said, come and see them. Come on, John, what are you trying to do to me? I said, you don't take care of your boy, I got to take care of you. I'm going to put you in jail. Because I cannot see the building, you're going to be in jail. Oh, he said, what do you want me to do? I said, when you take care of your boy, and you be peaceful, you continue to one that before. He said, you're crazy. I said, yeah, you make me crazy. After that, he called them and don't come that close to my place. But also, I still have a problem. They don't believe it, good for me. It's already using shop. They don't do the concrete. And the Chinese people concrete only do 10 stories, 15 stories. And they go to 40 stories. Then I bought the building supply company. I said, I'm going to deliver my good for myself. So at that time, I delivered the good for the space. And also I bought the concrete, for the concrete. And I called the guy, he had no license. I called the guy, you're the owner right now. I keep it to come, and I got to sign a 5-year contract. You only work for me, and you make triple your money. I said, okay. They do that. And they come to do for me. He said, you're my member, you cannot do work for him. He said, no, I'm not owner right now. So at that time, we break through the city, build the building for the union. And the union said, call me, you can't work, I will get you in trouble. I told him, next time I make a deal with you, I lost $4 million. You want to talk to me about business? Yes, I will talk to you. Pay me $4 million first. Even at first, before you talk. Oh, I give you more money at the end. So you deduct it. I said, no. That way, as soon as I started, I never will receive. I said, I don't see the $4 million, I will continue to do what I have to do. So end up, I finished the building. And at that time, all the union started in the industry. Right now, about 40% build a union. And also get a lot of immigrants, people have a chance to go into the construction site. So, all I want is equal opportunity to work. Something wrong, stand up, fight for it. Don't be afraid, but also, you're not greedy. If I greedy, I take the money. I'm not going to stand there for a year. I've been missing in the city and been put in a factory. Because I don't take the money, I said, I need your power. And they keep a promise. And they very expecting me, and I very respect them. And that's why we make the whole New York City completely change. And today, a lot of people ask me, what we should do now? The market real estate is very bad. The whole world. China is bad, Hong Kong is bad, Europe is bad. The bank system has problems. And I know the bank system problem because when I find in real estate, I talk to the American bank, the big bank. I said, I bought a building for $1 million. I need $600 loan. He said, I cannot give to you. I said, why not? I got a couple $1 million sitting in the bank. I said, my power, the branch, only a $200,000 limit. Anything I submit to uptown, they never will get their deal. At that time, I said, I have to start my own bank. I called a couple friends together, and I said, I want to start the bank. Everybody said, I'm crazy. I said, I want to help immigrants have a chance to get the money. So we call the lawyer, I submit the application. And 1980. 1985, our bank opened, called East Bank. So we do community, get loan for community. The banking business is not good business. Don't do the bank. The banking law very strict. If your work you're doing wrong, a large chance only have to be in jail. Because work is very easy. Oh, my boy told me. And they say, oh, the boy told you, okay, you pointed the boys told you, then the boys have money. So they get the boys and they get them penalty and also send in violation, you put in jail. I see it too, a large small bank, the owner, 60% of the owner went to jail. I said, oh, this business, I have to be very careful. That's why I sell the majority of my share. And because the shareholder that you cannot leave our bank. I want you to continue with the loan office, working there, prove all the loan. But for 40 years, I don't have one bad loan. I know what I lend to. I say any bad loan, I take over. That's the solution. So today, real estate is very difficult because in New York, the law, you don't pay rent, it takes a long time to go to court, and you never get a win. You just get them out. That's why I built before I built a condo, I built shopping mall, I built office, and after that I learned it and I built own hotel. The hotel is better situation because they was the mayor project. The union tried to lock me out, not let me build hotel. And they worked with the mayor. I gave you $7 million. How? They take the credit card machine, went to any hotel, the members hotel, and every worker had donate $200. If you donate $200, you have a mark. You look for a job, you got a job. You don't have a mark, you look for a job, you never get a job. So everybody donate $200. The 35,000 workers donate $200. They get $7 million. Magic time, Brazil have $56 million from the union, from the hotel union. It's about 70%, over 70-80% the donation from that one union. That's why they put a law for labor peace. When we labor peace, that means when you bought the building, you got to get a permit. So, very nice language, labor peace. And labor peace, you have to deal with that union for it, and the union said you have to do conduction for union, you have to do this for union, you have to do this for union. So, and they give you trouble. That's why I said, okay, I'm not building hotel anymore. That's why in New York City, for the past 2 years, don't have one permit. Wow. Nobody build hotel no more. So why the hotel getting so strong? There's no new supply coming in. And also, Airbnb, not legal in New York. 35,000 loan, take over from Airbnb. Besides that, when pandemic, over 100 hotels sell to the government or homeless shelter or immigrant. So you have 100 hotels less. Today, the labor cost is so high, material cost so high, and also so difficult, you can get the spell permit, and that spell permit only do 1 year. So I tried to bring minister coming in. He said, this is not the spell permit for it. You can work with this permit. And they hate me, and I said, I'm not going to put my neck to work with it. That's why I said, okay, I'm leaving New York. I build something else. I do something else. I build apartment again. I'm not going to be a build hotel anymore. And it's also difficult because most of the bank, also in trouble. Why? Because a lot of residential, they get fixed loan, 15 years, 20 years, or 3% interest. So the interest from nothing now to the deposit, you got 4%, 5%. So that means every loan, the bank lost 1 or 2% on the loan. It's still 10 years loss. But that give about 50% of the bank cannot do loan anymore. So they are less bank to deal with. So when you have less bank to deal with, and the bank put up the standard. Usually they get a loan for 65%, 75%. Now they get loan for 50% and quality loan. That's why they make it very difficult to get into business for real estate. Only to look at hotel. Hotel this year, you will see the loan rate go up 20 to 30% compared to pandemic before 19. And besides that, if the labor rent is too high, and they also put on destination fee. Not only the hotel room, they charge you extra $40, $30 for coverage, special destination fee or resort fee or whatever they call. So they tell you what? Free internet, free phone. They automatically get it. They just use the name bring into it. So that brings in extra $1 million or $2 million for the hotel pocket to be built on with the labor. So that's why today people come in. So what you say is I could get into it. But all people don't want to get into a hotel. I want apartment. I said today apartment is not like before. You don't know what the new mayor are looking for. All you do, hotel, you got free hand. Our cost higher, like the interest, usually give 3% for take loan. And the pandemic, after pandemic, the bank went up to 7%, 9% interest. The interest went up 100 to 200% more than what I usually pay for. I still can afford it, because I put a decimal fee for it. So I can make the money to cover what the shortage, what the extra cost for. And that's why the inflation is getting very bad. So hopefully the interest goes down again and everyone have a bill to pay. Otherwise, all the apartment, when they loan to, they cannot find a loan because when you have the income, $1 million, before you borrow 50 million. And now your income is same thing. But the expenses, the interest double. But then you cannot get 3% loan anymore. You may get 5%, 6%, or 6%. But when you pay double, that means you have to pay down the bank 40 to 50% on the old loan. You don't have the money, you're probably in trouble. And that's why a lot of residential go into trouble. Office in trouble long time ago. It's getting more worse. They work at home. Here, 40% or more of the building empty. And even if you look at the income, you look at the income at a 7% return. Over when it count, you don't count the 7% return. But when you, after you take over, and you see, when you want to lease out the office building, they will ask you, I want a free rent, 1 year free rent. I want a bill out, $100 for square foot bill out. By the time you come in, you sign a 5-year lease, you pay out 2 and 2.5 years. For return commission, and the bill out and the free rent. So that means you only got 50% of the income coming in. So the 7% come back for maybe 3 to 4% return, even your 7% return. So that's why I said that kind of business you cannot get into unless you convert to a different thing. So that's why I said real estate is still good for future, because when I figure out the best business is a real estate, even the two government very, very good, and I make a lot of money in the government industry. But afterward, 10 years later, I make the building make more money than I work for every day for the government industry for the total amount. Then you buy a building for $1 million, you get into $6 million. So when you buy the factory, you can make $6 million. So that's why real estate is still the best. Depends how you put it in, how you get into it. The road market low, you buy. The market high, you sell. Don't keep it. You gotta keep cash flow on hand. In pandemic, all the hotel had trouble. There's no customer. The real estate, the city usually do by your business. They charge you for tax. In pandemic, I told the work with the city, I said, I'm dropped 60% of my sales, 70% of my sales. Am I paying 30% of tax? I said, no, we don't do by sales anymore, we do by the value. Like this building, I have to pay $7 million tax. You just relate tax. And also hotel tax. You almost pay $15 million just tax. But you make a good long sales, you raise the number, put it away in, you're still making money. But in apartment, you cannot do that. You're very controlled. You cannot raise. If you have no money, you have to figure out your problem. That's why New York City is a really problem on those things. I understand the standard is too high, a lot of people can afford it. And that's why I told the city, I said, don't waste your money. I worked it out with you. I built a compound for low income or for homeless. You pay for hotel room for $200 a night for those immigrants. I said, I could build you the apartment with the kitchen, you pay less than $100. And you can sell to them. If you sit around the land, I build it, I give a cost, and you sell it for them, and then they own it, the unit. Instead of you subsidize it. But city, they don't think that way. They said no. They don't want to do that. And I think they should change, like overseas. Overseas, I see a lot of low income. They own the building. When the building stay up, and they have access. Right now, they get the low income, and I work with some of the people 40 years ago. They said, oh, I got to have only pay $200 rent. And I remember when I bought the first building on Queens, 2 families, I paid $40,000. When I moved out to New Jersey, I sold that building for $1 million. And today, worth about $1.5 million. And the people, they could afford to buy the house. They said, because I have low income building, I don't want to keep money, I want to do that. And they still with low income. If at that time, the city get them a low interest rate, and they own the building, and they could enjoy it, and they still got some asset for themselves. So let people fight for it. And they never will damage the building. When you right now you see low income building. You see it, you cannot, you fail to stay there. If they're all damaged, not belong to them. They damage it, and they fix it. And the city have no money to fix it, and they pay living in a very difficult situation. But if you sell to them, and they own it, and they not do damage. If someone take damage and someone see it, you lock them out. So that way you have to figure out how to make those poor people become some money, become some long-term not every year they say, hey, I want to pay for my rent, I want to pay for my rent. And I see a lot of people, they got opportunity to make more money. They say, oh, I cannot make, I only can make work for 3 days. They make for 5 days, and in trouble. I have to pay double my rent. So I got 2 days. And 2 days, I go to pay for my staff. I can make money in the staff. So that kinds of idea have to change to be how to help the people, how to make them to be stabilized. And look, I come from no money. I fight for it, and I build for it, and I own for it, and use it up, and I can make a lot of money. And I make money that you investment. And that's how you, immigrant have a dream. So I would say, and hopefully, you try to help by experience. When market low, you buy. When market high, you sell. Don't fix it. And don't give up the chance. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much to the legendary John Lam.